Hello, and welcome back. Tonight, we are going to explore a question that lies at the very heart of the human condition. Why do we suffer? Why do we feel this constant, low-level hum of dissatisfaction? This restlessness, this feeling that something is always missing, even when life is good. We spend our lives in a state of quiet yearning, a wanting for something more, something different, something better. We believe our peace lies just around the next corner, after the next achievement, the next purchase, the next relationship. We are always chasing a horizon that seems to move with us. This endless chase is the source of our deepest unrest. Before we explore the path to peace that lies beyond this chase, please take a moment to like and subscribe. But only if you genuinely enjoy these videos and find value in these explorations. And do share in the comments. Where does this idea resonate with you in your own life? It's incredibly insightful to hear the perspectives from all walks of life. Now, let us proceed. There is no need to change anything about your life tonight. No need to renounce or reject. We are simply going to observe, to understand. Let your body grow still. Let your mind grow quiet. As we follow the footsteps of a young prince who gave up a kingdom to solve this great puzzle of human suffering. Our story begins over 2,500 years ago, in a kingdom at the foot of the Himalayas. A prince was born, named Siddhartha Gautama. His father, the king, received a prophecy that his son would become either a great ruler or a great spiritual teacher who would renounce the world. Fearing he would lose his son, the king decided to create a perfect world for him. Siddhartha grew up in a palace of unimaginable luxury, a world completely sealed off from the realities of human suffering. He was surrounded by beauty, music, pleasure, and health. He never saw an old person, a sick person, or a dead body. His world was a gilded cage designed to convince him that life was only joy. But a deep restlessness grew within him. He felt that something was missing. He persuaded his charioteer to take him outside the palace walls, and on these secret journeys he encountered what have become known as the Four Sights. On his first trip he saw an old man, frail and bent with age. He was shocked. He had never known that human bodies decay. On his second trip he saw a sick person, suffering from a terrible disease. He was horrified. He had never known of illness. On his third trip he saw a corpse being carried to its funeral pyre. He was overcome with a profound existential dread. He now understood the unavoidable truths of life. We all grow old, we all get sick, and we all die. And he realized that the pleasures of his palace were a fragile illusion, a temporary distraction from this fundamental reality. On his fourth and final trip, he saw a wandering ascetic, a holy man who had renounced all worldly possessions. The man had nothing, yet his face shone with a deep and serene inner peace. In that moment, Siddhartha's path was decided. He understood that no amount of worldly pleasure could solve the problem of suffering. The only solution was to be found within. And so he left his palace, his wealth, his family, and began his own journey to find the end of suffering. After years of searching, Siddhartha sat beneath a bodhi tree, and finally, in a state of deep meditation, he awoke. He became the Buddha, which simply means the one who is awake. And what he awoke to was the cause of suffering. He called it tanha, a Pali word that means thirst, craving, desire, or attachment. He saw that all our mental anguish comes from this relentless, deep-seated thirst. He described 3 types of this thirst. The first is the craving for sensory pleasures, the thirst for delicious food, for beautiful sights, for pleasant sounds, for a more comfortable life. We chase these things, believing they will bring us lasting happiness. But the pleasure they provide is always fleeting. The delicious meal ends, the beautiful song is over, and then the thirst returns, and we must seek the next pleasure. The second is the craving for existence or for becoming. This is the thirst of the ego, the desire to be something, to be important, to be famous, to be loved, to be successful. We believe that if we can just achieve that next promotion, or get that recognition, or find that perfect partner, we will finally be whole and secure. But this too is a horizon that recedes as we approach it. The ego is never satisfied. The third is the craving for non-existence. This is the desire to get rid of something unpleasant, the thirst to annihilate a feeling of anxiety, to escape from a painful situation, to push away a difficult memory. We struggle and fight against our own experience, believing that our peace depends on getting rid of the bad. But this struggle, this aversion, is itself a form of suffering. It is a war against reality. This constant cycle of craving, grasping, and aversion, this is the engine of our dissatisfaction. The Buddha's great discovery was that if the thirst is the cause of suffering, then the end of that thirst is the end of suffering. This state of liberation and profound peace is called nirvana. Nirvana is not a heaven you go to after you die. It is a state of mind that is available to anyone, right here, right now. Imagine a candle flame flickering and dancing, fueled by the wax and the wick. This is the mind fueled by the thirst of craving. It is always active, always needing more fuel to keep burning. Now, imagine the flame is gently extinguished. The fire is gone. But has it gone anywhere? No, it has simply ceased. The conditions that created it are no longer present. The flame is at peace. This is nirvana. It is the extinguishing of the fires of greed, hatred, and ignorance. A mind in this state is like a deep, clear lake. When the winds of desire and aversion are blowing, the surface of the lake is turbulent and choppy. You cannot see through the water to the bottom. But when the winds die down, the water becomes perfectly still. It reflects the sky perfectly. It is clear all the way to its depths. This is a mind that is no longer pushed and pulled by every passing thought or feeling. It experiences everything, pleasure, pain, joy, sorrow, but it does not cling to them or push them away. It observes them with a calm, spacious, and compassionate awareness. There is a deep and unshakable peace that is not dependent on whether things are going well or going badly. It is a peace that comes from within. This path of non-attachment does not mean we must renounce the world or stop loving people. It is not a path of cold indifference. It is far more subtle and beautiful than that. It is the art of holding life with an open hand. Imagine you are holding a tiny, beautiful bird. If you clench your fist around it, in your desire to keep it, you will crush it. If you open your hand, the bird can rest there peacefully. It may choose to stay for a while, it may choose to fly away. You can love it, you can appreciate its beauty, but you do not possess it, you allow it to be free. This is how we can relate to everything in our lives, our relationships, our possessions, our successes, even our own thoughts and feelings. We can love them, appreciate them, engage with them fully, but without the tight, anxious grip of attachment. So as you lie here now, I invite you to gently notice the currents of desire within you. Without any judgment, just observe. Perhaps you can feel the subtle thirst for the day to be over, the attachment to a pleasant memory, the aversion to a worry about tomorrow. You do not need to do anything about these feelings. Simply notice them, as you would notice clouds passing in the sky. See if you can, just for a moment, hold your entire life with an open hand, the good, the bad, the past, the future, the joys, the sorrows. Let it all be there, without grasping onto the pleasant and without pushing away the unpleasant. As you drift into sleep, practice this ultimate act of letting go. Let go of the day that has passed. Let go of the thoughts in your mind. Let go of the very idea of you. Allow yourself to dissolve into the peaceful, spacious quiet of the night. In this gentle release, you will find the peace you have been seeking.